One of the hot button keywords in the real estate market is short-term rentals. I'm super excited today. I've got a short-term property rental expert, also real estate agent on the team here at Dallaire Realty, Andrew Brisson. We're going to talk today about the short-term rental market, the opportunity that exists, and we're also going to introduce some leverage to you, and that's their property management company, Elevate Property Management in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Andrew, we're excited to have you on the interview today. Let's talk about short-term rentals. Do you still think there's opportunity in the local market?
Yeah, so we see especially right now a lot of opportunity with it. There's a lot of people getting into the short-term rentals or vacation rentals, and it's one of those really kind of still up and coming terms of where you can make money in, where you can have an asset help produce money for you, help produce income.
Yeah, and you actually own short-term rentals, you personally, correct?
Yep. So I've been doing short-term rentals since 2015, roughly.
That's great. So you actually practice what you preach. And why did you start Elevate Property Management? I'm really curious because I'm assuming that maybe you had worked with some other, you know, vendors or property managers in that space. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, for sure. So part of it is from my personal experience of gaining, different marketing techniques and everything, and just being able to advertise properties, learning the process, and then being able to reach out and help other people do the same thing. Um, a lot of people want to get into it. They don't know where to start. But then at the end of the day, they also get to a point where they don't necessarily want to field those calls. They don't want to field all those different things that come in when it does come. I mean, this is a hospitality industry. This is one where you can be on call pretty much any time of the day. So being able to help those people as well is kind of where I focus towards, and really strive and enjoy.
Yeah, and I think that, there's a lot of YouTube courses out there. If you say the word Airbnb on your phone, oh my gosh, you get inundated with ads on how to become the next multimillionaire, almost like the old Carlton Sheets, type courses. And I think that there's a lot of information out there, but I think that being able to have somebody locally who actually practices what they preach, and you can actually help people purchase properties that are short-term rentals as well and manage them for them. I mean, you've got, obviously you're a part of the team here at Dallaire Realty. You've been with us for a long time, and you um, have a ton of investing experience, and you practice what you preach. But you can also help people find short-term rentals, and you have a lot of tools that are extremely expensive that you can actually leverage with your clients, right? Like you've got some tools that can do some behind the scenes analysis that is expensive for the everyday consumer to access, right?
Yeah, so we can take a property, we look it up, we do a radius search, we get really in depth with similar properties. We can see what they've been doing over the last few years, and then we can kind of guide, potential people to be like, hey, this is what your expected income is with the range. Different amenities, things like that, are all going to make a difference in what each property can bring in. And those are things that, from experience, we can say, hey, this is a good option to put in because we've seen the return. Or some of these other things you might hear on those different webinars or YouTube videos or something may not be a good push for the local area when it comes to adding it to your Airbnb.
Yeah, because the local market is so important. And since you have so many actual rentals, let's use like Lambeau Field as an example. I know you've got quite a few that you manage there. And I think what I've heard is that, the Packer games are where you kind of almost get to your break even point. I've heard people say that. And one of the things that I've been impressed about Elevate Property Management, because I've seen you guys actually book these things for months, and you've been pretty and if you don't have something available, you're trying to find something that you can put somebody in for months. So getting that occupancy rate over that like 40% marker is where the profit is. Am I wrong on that, Andrew? I mean, you're the expert on this.
Yeah, so pretty much with how the football season works now, the 8 weekends that there are games, I mean, in 8 weekends, if you can pay for pretty much your mortgage payment and taxes for a property, that's great. Like you pretty much break even for the year. But where you're going to make your money is, I mean, not just those 8 weekends of people coming to Green Bay. People are coming to Green Bay to do other things. I mean, it's a it's a vibrant downtown. There's a lot to do. There's a lot of events that come in. They have the Resch Center, a lot of other things as well. Like people come to Green Bay and they'll drive up to Door County for the day, for the weekend, and come back and to have a place to stay. So we've done really good with being able to keep occupancy rates high, even in what's considered in the area as the off season of not football. So that's where you can really accentuate getting a bigger profit out of it all.
Yeah, I think that I know we have a mutual friend that you guys took over the property management for, and that was one of the things. Like they did a decent job during the Packer games, but you were actually able to increase the revenue during the Packer season because you actually marketed the property better because you've been around great marketing, like Dallaire Realty. Like everything we do is marketing focused and making sure that we highlight those properties to the best possible light possible. But the thing that he was telling me, the guy that you took over the property for, is that it was never rented when it wasn't around that time, right? Is that?
No, for sure. We've definitely heard that as feedback. Like, hey, anyone can really rent their house around the Packer games. It's not that hard. But the big thing is being able to maximize the value that you're getting out of there, and then all the other times to be able to get people in and to be able to get people to stay at your properties. I mean, yeah, we just had one person who is now staying. I mean, right now is February. They stayed last month and they extended all the way until the end of May at one of our short-term rentals because they love it. The other thing is providing the product that, you can be proud of, that people want to stay. They want to look for your place every time they come back to the area. And, that is true when it comes to the marketing as well. Like you want to be the top product that's marketed. And where did we learn it from? We learned it, from Dallaire Realty and how top notch all that marketing is as well. You can see the differences.
Yeah, you definitely can. And I still think there's opportunity. I know that you guys are very bullish on that. And I think a lot of it is because you're not afraid to get your hands dirty. I've seen you guys, like our principle here at Dallaire Realty is if there's a grenade in the room, you jump on it. And I see you guys executing that property management company very similar to that. Like if there's a problem, you guys are all hands on deck. And I think that's what separates you from a lot of other property management companies in Green Bay, because they've got, thousands of units and it's just a number, but you are dedicated. And it's funny, I know that you have a client that has 3 short-term rentals, doesn't even live in, or in Green Bay at all. And you manage everything. And I think you just told me yesterday, what does he want to do?
Wants to get a few more. He wants to get them ready to go. We're coming into kind of a great time to get it all started. Cause again, summer, people are coming to this area for summer because Green Bay is very centrally located to go to different areas where it can be your home base. You can spend the day in Door County. You can spend the day down in Milwaukee. You can spend the day up in the Northwoods. Like it's very, very desired location.
I'll leave you with this. If you're thinking about investing in a short-term rental in the Green Bay area, I will tell you that Andrew Brisson on our team at Dallaire Realty can help purchase that property, help consult you on what to do. He can also help you set up all of the furnishings for the property. You guys are very full service when it comes to management. And I don't want to just pigeonhole you to Green Bay, because I know that you've got properties in Marquette. I know you've got properties in Lakewood. I know you guys are looking at putting properties in Door County. And you guys are growing very rapidly because you actually are not afraid of getting your hands dirty, and the customer service is what matters. So, Andrew, any final thoughts for us?
Oh, no, it was great to just get a chance to chat with you about it. If anyone has any questions or just wants a little bit of advice, that's one of the big things that I love to do. I love to teach. I love to show people successes that I've had, and successes that potentially you could have down the road with it as well. And it's a great income producing opportunity.
Awesome. Thanks for your time, Andrew. We're really excited to have you on.
Thanks. Take care.